Okay, I still screen sharing. We're gonna
Yep.
start from the top because it was like February last time we went through all, as far as we did. I can't remember how far we got.
I think we got to like
Like here-ish.
yeah, I think it was like at I think it was like the a couple videos after the live investigation.
Yeah, those are short, luckily. Anyway,
All right.
Innomine with Source Filmmaker 10th anniversary intro, Source 2 remaster. I will say, um, why are the fucking the What Show videos on this playlist? This suck. Anyway, the Interloper 9, Interloper A, the two newest videos, I have not seen.
Okay. Also, I assume the What Show videos are on here because this is not an official playlist.
No, it's not, but it does have like a sort of fan poking around and stuff. It's and all the videos from the alt channel. It's more complete than the playlist on Inomide's channel.
All right, that's fair.
Source Filmmaker 10th anniversary intro.
Long version. Interesting. Ooh, poor guy. Ooh, skybox. Project in.
I think Project Skybox is the more proper name.
Yeah, I assumed. Yeah.
Game Half-Life 2, there exists an ongoing mystery that has never been solved, or so we're told.
Interloper. Interloper mystery.
I haven't seen that weird graffiti in Ravenholm. It's the beginning part of the dark alley. Very creepy. The glitch or what? Alley, intro, what alley? The dark one, yep.
First public record of the Interloper from 2005. This 34-page thread would be my starting point. I just want to ask, is that thread like real?
I know that somehow, some way, I can't recall. People in the Discord have access to the whole thing. Like,
Okay,
everyone in it. There are fucking character tier lists of the people in this fucking thread. Um,
that's awesome.
okay, fucking run off several months into the future here. So I didn't make this super clear, but we have all the contents of the thread up on the Project Skybox website. This is absolutely not a like an actual thread that existed in earnest at any point. That's all.
Ooh. Oh,
Birds.
I thought that was a zombie like glitching out or something.
It's just birds.
Crows, to be more specific.
It is like a weird piece of level geometry, isn't it?
Yeah.
The guy who I think was crushed by a box there is the man. Just the graffiti.
I also just noticed. Hmm?
Very similar to the Umbrella graffiti, with some slight differences. What'd you notice?
I noticed that he has a very strong chin.
It does. This I think he shares his in common with actually kind of looking weak compared to him. Better understand, we need to dive into the map file itself.
You know, he's got kind of a butt chin thing going on.
And that. Just noticed something wrong with this decal. I put the file download off an archive website. And file VTF is clearly corrupted. Find out why you need to inspect in the text editor. I've never actually made notice of it that he mentioned he got this from elsewhere and never elaborated. That's interesting. Writing that
That
down.
was really.
Um,
Hear that, cat? You gotta write it down.
I'm just making mental note of it.
No, I know.
For JJ console interlope, unknown command interlope, it /interlope pull 27015. Messages are console commands. But are they legitimate? What do they do?
I do also want to say, I might have mentioned this last stream. I watched this first video without any knowledge that it was an ARG, and I thought it was real.
It seems like improbable that there's like shit hidden in a decal, but yeah.
I thought the command. As soon as I got to like the weird bit that we'll get to later, I was like, wait, this. I think this is fake, but
Yeah, there's a lot of like thought that goes into some of the technicality here, at least early on.
yeah,
Gets a little
but
bit
at least
silly
like,
as you move on, but that's fine. It's whatever. It's spooky.
you know, it's an ARG, so it's kind of expected.
Interlope. I find that choice of words like we'll get to that at the end of this video.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's. Maybe wondering what just happened.
I also just noticed that it kicks him from gameplay straight to the main menu.
For some reason, this command causes the game to generate and play a demo. If you don't know what a demo is, source games let you record gameplay with the record command. Game tracks player inputs and the game world while you play. You can then use play demo to play back your recording. I'm probably not going to read like the whole time through all this, but
That's fair.
my voice is eventually going to start to ache.
I can voice some of this.
Okay, so just to summarize what was communicated while we were talking there. That is not video, that is scripted gameplay.
Yeah.
Know that the get command generates a demo because it creates a demo file called data.dem. So, data 2, data 3, data 4.
The data inside these demos, and where is it?
Thank you, Ziako Elegant, for the follow. I don't have my notice up or anything because this is too atmospheric, but I did just get a follow.
Yeah.
Oh, pronounce Yako and the Z is silent. Got it.
Like the Animaniacs character. I should probably mention seizure warning.
A little bit. According to Altitude, this shows up 9% of the time. Really interesting is the other 10%. I think I missed some text there. I've seen this a few times, so it's nothing to me.
But you are welcome to suggest some for like a later stream.
Yeah, I'll make note of it. What's interesting is the other 10%.
Actually, that'd be a cool idea for a stream, just like watching some spooky videos.
Yeah, at some point.
Oh. Well, I actually never noticed that like area under the map. That's cool.
That's in some Source games.
Let me read that.
There's just like little things like that, like parts of the skybox that aren't skybox and things.
I didn't know that in this first area you can find like green stuff there.
Yeah, because there's a brief sequence where you teleport into his office, so it just has his stuff loaded.
Yeah.
They have the bits of Black Mesa from the intro with G-Man too.
Oh, that's still cool.
But Yakko, if you want to like throw a link, I'll copy it down, put it somewhere.
Yeah.
But inseparable from instinct is
That guy just left. I love that for love that for him.
All right. Let's not insult him while he's out.
No, not Yakko. The fucking Metro comp.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Never mind.
There was text there, or was that the menu?
I think that was a menu.
You see some of it here at Citadel. Untextured, I notice.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
That cutoff's so fucking funny to me. Occasionally I've even generated a map to go with the demo.
Oh. What the hell are those?
Are those from like Half-Life Source Zen? The app sticks around in a file called data.bsp. You can even load and explore them.
Oh.
They look very Zen-y to me.
Actually, that orb looks, or like that like weird Star Wars looking thing.
There's a lot of games built on the Source engine. This work in those other games. Interlope. And S Interlope pull 27015.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
And I've been intentionally avoiding them for this very moment.
I've been intentionally avoiding the last couple that have been uploaded for this moment. Things got interesting. Counter-Strike gets out.
Remember, this
I notice
is where
my mic is peaking slightly at times, so I'm not just screwing myself up here, but I'm okay with not being heard over this. I don't want to fuck with it too much.
That's fair. Oh. It always cuts off at like a silly moment. Oh. We're at the spooky part.
This is the thing.
This is the part where I realized this was fake.
Yeah. I'm gonna not talk too much, but I do have thoughts.
One moment.
You there?
Yep, I'm back.
Once in a while, I get a really strange demo recording like that. Half-Life 2.net forum refers to these as Type 5 demos. The simplest of which being a really spooky demo on the coast levels of Half-Life 2.
Ooh.
The clip known as Spooky Coast is long lost and another popular clip called Misty. You know, where I can find either of these, let me know. These screenshots are all I can find. Search, I got 2 of these spooky Type 5 demos myself. This is the other one.
Ooh.
And I have a confession. That one, the one with the A posing, the fucking A posing heavy is the one that really got me. Unfortunately, around 6 a.m. First time through, anyway.
You know what? If it was at 6 a.m., that's actually completely fair.
Well, no, it said that something happened at 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. Well, still, honestly, it is pretty fair. Still.
It didn't get me much this last time through, but
Mhm.
stop working.
Mm. Oh. Man stopped working. But he's gone.
The man is gone.
Have you seen this man?
Remains one of the greatest mysteries of Half-Life 2. If you need information or recordings of your own, please share them with us below. Damn, I would keep trying the commands to see if they work again at some point. Right before I was going to upload this, I found the old lost video file of the infamous Spooky Coast demo from the HL2.net thread circa 2005. Other, I found files I will not elaborate, I noticed, by the way. I might have
This
mentioned
is
that
actually
before.
really interesting.
I never really thought about it before. Assumed it was in the thread, but I don't know why it wouldn't just be in the video in the game originally then.
The classic Fraps watermark.
I know the sight of like NPCs T-posing is just like something we've accepted as ridiculous, and it like it definitely is. But I also kind of associate it with like
Uh-oh.
what the oh.
I did want to point out that last segment reminds me a little bit of, I think it was Gemini Home Entertainment.
The way the things are moving. What the fuck was that,
More
Fred?
the like.
I feel like we went. I feel like we went through this like whole song and dance where we tried to get that frame last time, but
Sorry, the Discord's being weird again. What was that?
there was one frame of something, and
Oh yeah.
I think we may have like done this last time and concluded that it wasn't anything interesting, but
Oh, that was just a person.
yep.
But as I was saying, it's more there's a video in Gemini Home Entertainment where like a guy is like looking through the windows of a house and calling the people inside like false people or something like that. And it kind of reminded me of that particular scene.
Wood crawlers or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Okay. What I was saying, these Skybox logos always been there. I feel like they haven't.
I don't think they have.
They were there the last time we watched this, but I swear to God I remember this, because I think Project Skybox was an idea that only, like, entered the lexicon about this whole thing a little relatively recently, so I don't know. This is weird.
That is weird. Also, can you go back to the Scout video? Because there was something I just noticed from that. Specifically the very beginning, where he's, like, moving for the first time.
Yeah. The thing where they kind of detach from the view model happens in all of them.
That's not what I'm thinking of. Look at his shadow. That's the heavy shadow on top of the Scout shadow.
It might be. I don't... Interesting.
I just thought that was neat. Anyway.
November 9th, 2022, 12:05 a.m.
Messing around.
I pointed this out before, but I only noticed this like recently before the last time I showed you this. I remember specifically. Hear that kind of no, that
Yeah,
sound?
I did hear that. Yeah.
Matt put a massive pin in that.
Yeah, I remember we said to put a massive pin in it, and then
Fucking stopped. It got owned.
But yeah, and then we stopped before it became relevant.
How's he playing through the level?
That is a good. I mean, maybe just like for fun. The question is, why is he going there?
Wait a fucking second.
Oh,
Am I going crazy? Did I see what I thought I saw? We're like... The bottom bit was exposed. Look at that.
What? I didn't catch what you said.
Oh, fuck. Why my home keys, which are what I generally have big, like expressions on this model down to, they do things on YouTube. Fuck. So I guess I'm just gonna be kind of politely smiling this whole time. That's okay. Look here, right? So you noticed, you remember what it like looked like, the thing looks like when you pull it out and you see the like the corrupted sort of area because of the text.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm making it rewind. So
Yeah, I was about to comment on that.
like he turns on the flashlight,
Yeah.
really peeling over. Look at that.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's
The
like
fuck?
it's extended upward.
Little. But then I think it goes back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he looks away, it goes back down.
I don't know if I can catch the exact moment, but it was there. Like there was a moment where it visibly like disappeared.
That's cool.
Just 1 year later, it returns. So we did the first time. So no, I'm not going to go into that yet because the rules are not fully established quite yet. But for commands again, I haven't been able to investigate further. However, since releasing part 1, I've made new findings myself. For example, I now know how much time I have to generate demos. Console commands have something called parameters. I'm going to let text speak for itself. You can read it if you want. I want to save my voice for commenting.
Probably a smart idea.
Make sure you're reading. -8, so that's a seconds countdown. Wait, how? I think he explained why this was intuitive. I just want to see again. Okay. I'm like, you didn't just randomly try -H. Okay, yep, that's help. Help gives you a seconds countdown. -H-H, good god.
I think it's also the minus. It's the same thing.
I know, it's just like a weird way to describe it in this context. What is he doing in the background?
I have no idea. Ooh. Big explosion.
A grenade being thrown, but I don't know by whom. Or sometimes props are just generated.
Yeah, I think it was just a grenade that appeared. Oh.
You make the most out of the time. Ugh.
Well, that's a different type, I believe.
Well, it's got like... It's another out of bounds one, but there's like stuff happening, I know.
Yeah, exactly. God, I remember less about the series than I thought I did.
Well, I didn't remember that one in particular, but I don't know if it was ever that important.
Yeah. It probably isn't, but...
Okay. We're gonna make this clear right now because this is one of the things I get annoyed with on the Discord. Demo types are not word handed down from God. There's something some people on a forum came up with. Like...
Yeah.
That's all.
No, that's completely understandable. I do find it weird that he knows the exact percent chance, pretty much.
These are all estimates, I assume. Stuck in the Sky demos. Player dies. Somewhat common. See, 10 to 12, that's gonna margin.
Yeah, still, I still find it kind of weird that he like, you know,
We got enough of a sample size. Endless play demos where the player spends minutes doing random actions.
that one in particular has the player model be the error. That's cool.
Which is in the view model. Unless just it could be gameplay from different map, but we don't really know. Another thing that people have latched onto that I'm a little bit unsure about. There is, at this point, I think, some compelling evidence for it, but it doesn't mesh with my initial theories.
All right.
Kind of moving around.
He's walking. Interesting. I am curious what Portal as a game has to do with like the lore.
I have in my like very basic at this point kind of old theories, I have a pretty strong idea of why Portal is like that.
Okay.
Okay, type 5. My dog is barking. Give how lucky I was to even find 2 of them. On my November 9th investigation, I only encountered 1. And more on that later. These raise the most questions due to the uncanny nature of their contents. Fortunately, we can't look much further into Ghost since it only exists as a video file. Of the 2 I generated last year. Good news is, still have all the files. Demo file and a map called data.bsp. However, one thing to note is that playing these Type 5 gives a different result.
Didn't you say that you would stop reading through all of these?
I am in general, but sometimes I feel like things need emphasis.
That's fair. That's understandable.
It looks like weird and fucked up.
Yeah.
The thing I was going to comment on is the fact that some people were like, the fact that it's like VR movement and the dude is moving around and waving his hands and acting all like that completely takes you out of it. But I guess my counter to that would be that you could load them up and they'll just play them and they'll just play as like actual demos in actual TF2 and Counter-Strike maps.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm inclined to. Plus, it's even if it's very clearly like VR movement, like at the end of the day, I feel like that honestly makes the uncanniness of it a little stronger.
I think some people feel like it would have been more like gripping or more easy to believe if it was all still clearly confined to what the bounds of what the game should be able to do.
Yeah.
To those people, I have some good news, but I'll say no more.
I also have some good news for those people. It's that you can just watch any other gaming ARG. That's what most people do.
Greatly appreciated. This could be virtual reality recordings. Yeah. Also, VR movement tends to be very floaty.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, I do think it is like actually VR. But
I think it's Source Filmmaker, given that this was made by a Source Filmmaker guy. But
Oh,
Um,
I guess it's also fair.
um, I think I've even heard an explanation of how it's done, but a few of you sent me the screenshot as a possible explanation. EM editor. We're gonna put a pin in that one.
Yep. Likely hoax.
Doesn't
Don't
go
really
into
put-
exactly what this is in relative to what's happening, does he?
No.
Yeah.
I do know that they get into it later, but
You suggested testing more games. That what I mainly focused on here. These episodes work pretty much the same as base game.
aw, that's horrible. How could you kill those?
You know what they look like growing up? C-scope kind of works. Crashes though. It wouldn't work now. It's on Source 2 now.
Oh yeah.
Dota 2 doesn't work. Source 2 seems out of the question here. Loading a Dota 2 build on the old 2015 Source engine. It's really cool that Valve lets you fuck with their games enough to do stuff like that.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, Valve is like the best gaming company, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or best AAA gaming company, I should say.
Here's mine. I can navigate the camera in these. Yeah. Dota. So yeah, top-down camera movement, not intuitive for what's ever supposed to be happening here. I think modern Gmod is still on Source 1 too. So
That's interesting.
it's also just stuff placed in there. I noticed.
The functionality is very spotty. It all seems so strange.
Okay, hamming it up. Alright. Things would only
However,
get
things would-
stranger. Okay, let's. 53 minutes on the clock.
Oh, you better hurry up.
This is neither here nor there, but good God, the lasers from Portal 2 are so much better than this bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I didn't quite get to read what he said about Type 4.
This was the first Type 4 it ever generated.
Oh, okay. That wasn't all that made Portal unusual. We almost generated it. Really know how to explain what happened, so I'll just show you what happened.
I guess I'll just let Miss Voice Actor here. Take the
Oh,
flashback, okay.
that was weird. I actually don't remember that happening either.
From thirst, feel
The
free
lighting.
to
I know that like being out of bounds does sometimes cause the lighting to fucking do that in these games. Particularly common in TF2 maps, actually.
Oh,
Things will just get super bright once you're out of bounds.
Oh, I actually have seen that. Yeah. I
Do
usually
you think
see
this
the
one's
other
gonna be able
thing
to
where
solve
it like
it?
loop.
You get like the like weird mirror effect, and
Yeah,
also
me
sometimes
neither.
things
Yeah.
get super bright.
You know, it looks like back when a Windows XP computer would break.
I love these things. I love watching. No, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to wait a second because I want to relive this. These are so cute to me.
That's fair. It
Do you think
looks
this
like a
one's gonna be able
player
to solve it?
playing for the first time.
Yeah, me neither.
Generated. Oh, these are manual, so we'll keep them on.
Oh look, we got one. Look.
L says, "Oh wow, the odds of that." There's no one
Oh,
talking.
no.
There's no one talking. I've never noticed this. I've never turned these captions on.
There's extra stuff in the captions. No.
We're not going back, but don't do this to me. Okay.
Well, we'll leave it on from now on.
Connection lost, and there was sort of a drowning
Oh,
sound
what?
effect.
Oh. Do you see that? I just did that.
What? You can move it? So this other guy is not God. They are.
Oh. Someone else. That's presumably in the room with them. That's just in control now, aren't you?
Speaking
Wild.
of control, look, I can crouch.
Oh.
Okay,
Movement.
WASD doesn't move. Hey, it's our guy. Hey, guy. And that looks weird. What is that?
Turret stuck in the floor.
Is there anything else of note?
There's usually a turret in there. This place is usually brightly lit, by the way.
Yeah.
I know this, but this is the intro to turrets.
The chamber
Yeah, I know,
normally even
right?
look like this.
I don't think the chamber looks
Yeah,
like this.
there they
It
go.
looks weird.
I was confused why he seemed to be answering no one initially when I first walked.
No.
Shell's
Is that the
model.
player?
Player
Oh.
model.
Interesting.
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh,
Oh.
What am I doing? It's not something I need to
Interesting.
hear.
is that the player?
Player model. Twinkling.
Interesting.
I don't know if you heard it.
I didn't.
I think the NPC is following us.
Okay.
You
That's
actually, can you look for map
thing?
triggers? There's a command.
Let me look it up.
It's like show trigger toggle.
Hold on, I'm tabbed away.
What?
What is that? Well,
This got me good the first couple times.
that's the G-Man model.
Tonight?
I just
Yeah, my portal install
I can't
is
I can't say that
kinda
with
frick.
confidence. Just
node graph out of date.
checkered void.
Hmm.
And
so yeah.
Shoot answers. We only found more questions.
Don't get too transfixed on the text, by the way. I think that might have took away from the moment there.
No, that's fair.
What the fuck is the subtitle doing?
That's cool. That's actually really cool. I didn't know you could do that with subtitles.
There's a bunch of weird shit. I've seen people do like karaoke with it.